Hello, I'm going to talk about a word that is going to be a trigger for some people. I'm going to talk about my thoughts about the F word. The F word being faggot. It's a word that has been historically used and continues to be used against queer people, in particular gay men, used to have an impact on mental health as well as when physically attacking queer people. It's also true about other words that have been used or are still used to attack queer people. Their use in certain situations is intended to cause internal hurt and shame and disenfranchise people. But depending on who you ask will determine what words are regarded as terms of abuse and what words are not. And the factors involved will be generation and location. When I was at high school as a closeted teenager, the word queer was the go-to word used against me, and it was used a lot. It was a daily occurrence. People of my generation and older had the word queer used against us, and so it can be a trigger for some, and they would not want it used, even by the LGBT community. For me, though, I have no problem with the word queer, and I openly use and embrace it. When talking about LGBT people and the community, I will, more often than not, use the word queer. There is a lot of literature these days that unflinchingly uses the word queer in titles and in text. So we have reached a stage where queer has been pulled from the mouths of bigots, and therefore its negative usage somewhat immobilised. Ask people of the generation after mine, and they will tell you that gay was the word used to bully them and ostracise them. The very same word used by the older generations to show pride and solidarity. That's so gay. Using the word gay as a synonym for crap, it went on for years. Yet the idea of stopping use of the word gay in relation to describing and showing pride in sexuality is ridiculous. Location can also play a role in what words are used as slurs. The homophobic phrase "batty boy" has zero effect on me, purely because it's not used in my part of the world or by people that I know. I didn't hear the phrase "batty boy" until my 30s, so it's failed to have an impact. I've read that it's a homophobic slur, but because it's never been used against me, it doesn't carry any weight. But of course, for some people, it does have a damaging impact. So what words were used or are used to bully and provoke shame with regards to sexual orientation will depend upon who you ask. The frequency and intent of words used as slurs will also determine how they are responded to. Okay, deep breath. I'm going in. Faggot. Without a doubt, people in North America will be triggered by that word. It's used over there like it's going out of fashion. My earliest memory of the word was in my early teens, as a closeted queer boy, watching the extremely rare LGBT programmes of the time that were on TV, very late on a school night. I would only hear it in a negative way, but because it hadn't made its way across the pond into mainstream usage in Britain, it never gained a foothold as a term of abuse when I was young. Factor in also that when I was young, I heard the word fag used by the gay dancers in the documentary In Bed with Madonna. Truth or Dare? I would routinely watch that film, and because fag was used by the gay guys themselves, I didn't associate it in an exclusively negative way. Also, if you say fag in Britain, it means something completely different. Thanks to films, music and the internet, faggot has made its way to this Sceptred Isles homophobic lexicon, but its usage here is way less than that in North America. At first, I would never use the word because of its anti-gay associations, but gradually over time, my feelings towards faggot began to change. I began to see a reclaiming of it with certain queer people, notably in the fetish community. Not that you're going to see the word faggot used as liberally as the word queer, but in some circles it is used in an open and empowering way, and I'm on board with that. However, I do have a mindfulness when it comes to using the word. I am aware that it causes hurt and psychological trauma in some people, and that can't be ignored. It's a word that has not been reclaimed on the same level as queer, but I'm comfortable with it, and I'm comfortable having it said to me. Does that mean I want to be bombarded with it? Of course not. I wouldn't want to be bombarded with it any more than I would want to be bombarded with gay. But used in a positive, general, naturally frequent, non-over-the-top way, I'm cool with that. Over time, it occurred to me that I don't have any natural objection to the word faggot. It was more to do with the expectation of others for me to have a problem with it because of its negative use. But that can be said of the other words that I've mentioned. It's used by a lot of people in the fetish community in dom sub role-playing. When first seeing its use by other fetish guys, I thought, fuck yeah, I'm all for this. Its usage is consensual and understood. I'm comfortable with its use in a casual manner, and I'm in favour of it being reclaimed by the queer community. I'm in favour of it being taken out of the mouths of the bigots and having its negative impact cancelled out. Bigots use faggot in a way to derive a certain reaction. I say diffuse that power and immobilise its impact. I know that others say I'm comfortable with the word faggot in a way that I shouldn't be, but when you own a word that is used against you and you use it on your own terms, it can no longer be used against you. Bigots are still going to use it, as well as other words. Why should they have ownership of it? Why should they control the power of it? Why should they be the ones to determine its impact? So go to the comments and tell me I'm a faggot. Because I am. I'm a faggot. And I'm proud to be a faggot.